All right, welcome to another deep dive. We got a really interesting one today.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about affirmations
Uh-huh.
and how they relate to like financial success.
Right.
Now, you sent me this document called 10 Millionaire Mindset Affirmations.
Yes.
And I got to be honest, I was a little skeptical at first, you know.
People are.
Yeah, it could sound a bit, I don't know, woo-woo. But I think, we're both open-minded here.
Of course.
And we're always willing to explore new ideas.
Absolutely.
So we're going to deep dive into this whole idea of a millionaire mindset and figure out if there's anything valuable to learn.
Yeah, and I think what's fascinating is how this document kind of zeroes in on the power of the subconscious mind.
Okay.
It's suggesting that, it's not just about conscious effort, right? Our subconscious can play a huge role either helping us achieve our goals or holding us back, especially when it comes to finances.
So it's more than just like hoping to be rich, right? It sounds like it's about actually changing your thinking, but what does that even mean? This millionaire mindset thing?
Well, it suggests that there are thought patterns, beliefs, almost like a perspective on money and success that a lot of financially successful people seem to share.
So those the affirmations?
Well, affirmations kind of come in as a tool.
Okay.
So think of them as these positive statements you repeat to yourself, kind of like mantras.
Uh-huh.
And the idea is by feeding these positive messages to your subconscious, you can start to shift those negative beliefs or behaviors you might have around money.
So if I keep telling myself I am abundant, my subconscious will start to believe it. I mean, does that really work?
There's a lot of research now about neuroplasticity and how our brains are constantly rewiring themselves based on our experiences and thoughts.
Oh, wow.
So in theory, by repeatedly engaging in that kind of positive self-talk, you could be influencing those neural pathways and creating new patterns of thought.
So it's not just wishful thinking.
Right.
There's some science behind it.
Potentially.
I like that.
Yeah.
But how do you actually use these affirmations effectively? The document seems to have some specific steps.
Yeah, it does. And the first step's actually kind of surprising. It's not about money at all.
Okay.
It's about starting with a list of your positive attributes, skills, talents, accomplishments.
So before you start saying, I'm a money magnet,
Yeah.
you need to remind yourself of all the great things you already are.
Exactly. It's about that foundation of self-worth.
Makes sense.
And then it talks about two types of future-oriented affirmations, like I can statements, I will statements.
I can, I will.
Yeah, so for example, I can build a successful business, or I will reach my financial goals this year.
Okay, and how often do we have to see these things? Do I just sprinkle them in throughout the day, or is there a method?
It really stresses repetition. The more you repeat them, the more your subconscious absorbs them. So incorporating them into your daily routine, reviewing them several times a day.
So it's like building a mental muscle, you got to keep working it.
That's a great analogy.
So let's shift gears a bit to those broader millionaire mindset techniques.
Yeah.
What stood out to you in the document?
I think the one that really hit me was about taking full responsibility for your financial situation. It's about recognizing you have the power to change things rather than blaming external factors or feeling like a victim.
So no more blaming the economy.
It's about ownership.
I like that.
Yeah.
Does it give examples of how to do that?
Yeah, it talks about acknowledging your choices and your actions and how they impact your finances.
Okay.
And then also identifying areas where you might be self-sabotaging or making choices that aren't aligned with your goals.
Oh, so getting honest with yourself.
Yeah, and being proactive.
I like that.
Right, and then it emphasizes focusing on the positive.
Okay.
Because what we focus on expands, right?
So it's like training your brain to see opportunities.
Exactly.
I like that. Speaking of opportunities, the document mentions this easy money thing, and that really caught my eye. It almost sounds too good to be true.
Right, and that's where the law of attraction comes in.
Yeah.
That our thoughts and feelings can attract certain experiences.
It's kind of like when you're in a good mood.
Uh-huh.
Things just seem to go your way more easily. But applying that to money is, I don't know, it's kind of a leap for me.
It's definitely a shift, but the document suggests that money's a form of energy. If we want to attract it, we need to be in harmony with that vibration.
Hold on, money as energy. We need some help with that one. Does the document explain that?
It talks about the idea that everything's made up of energy vibrating at different frequencies.
Okay.
And if we're not aligned with the frequency of abundance, we might be creating resistance.
So if I'm always stressed about money, I'm actually pushing it away.
That's the premise.
Well-
And the flip side is, if you can cultivate those feelings of abundance and gratitude, you can attract more wealth and prosperity.
So we need to tune into the right frequency.
Right.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this connects, but how do you actually change your energy? Does it tell you how to do that?
It talks about becoming aware of your thoughts and beliefs about money,
Okay.
and then actively working to shift them from negative to positive.
So instead of saying things like, I can't afford that, or I'll never be rich, I should try to change those thoughts to more positive ones.
Right. And it's not just about the words, but also the feelings behind them.
Interesting.
Try to cultivate those feelings of abundance and gratitude.
So that ties into the gratitude journal.
Absolutely. It's all about shifting your focus.
This is really making me think about my own money story and the beliefs I've been carrying around, and I'm really looking forward to diving deeper into these affirmations and seeing what other insights we can uncover.
Yeah, should be interesting.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll get into the specifics of those affirmations and how to really put them into practice.
Sounds good.
So stay tuned. Okay, so we've talked about this idea of shifting our beliefs and energy around money, but I'm really curious to see what these millionaire mindset affirmations actually look like. Does the document give us some specific examples?
Oh, yeah, it does. And some of them are pretty bold.
Okay, lay it on me.
All right, so one that really jumped out at me was, I have a millionaire mentality. Money comes to me.
Wow, that's a statement.
Right. It's like you're commanding the universe.
It's not even just about attracting money. It's like you're embodying this whole different way of thinking.
Yeah, and the document stresses that it's not enough to just passively repeat these affirmations.
Okay,
You have to actually embody the mindset you're trying to cultivate.
so your actions have to line up with your beliefs.
Exactly. All right, let's look at another one.
Okay.
I'm generating 5-6 figures in passive income every single month.
Whoa, no, that's specific.
It is, and it actually suggests that you pair that affirmation with a clear vision of how you're going to achieve that passive income.
So it's not just about wishing it into existence.
Right. It's about the steps you need to take, the skills you might need to develop.
Having a plan.
Exactly.
Okay, this one's interesting. I attract new businesses and opportunities to me daily.
Ooh, yeah. That's the law of attraction in action.
Right, like becoming a magnet for opportunities.
Exactly. When you believe you're worthy of success and you open yourself up to possibilities, you start to notice things you might have missed before.
It's like being in the right place at the right time, but also being open to receiving it.
Yes, and taking action when those opportunities present themselves.
Okay, what else do we have? I'm a cash-pulling magnet. There's definitely a theme here.
Right. It's about using that strong, assertive language
Yeah, like you're claiming your power.
and shifting your self-talk from doubt to confidence and abundance.
Okay, I have to admit there's one here that I'm a little skeptical about.
Which one?
Making money is easy. I mean, come on. Building wealth usually takes hard work and dedication.
Of course, but it's more about shifting your mindset from struggle to ease and flow, believing that abundance is possible and allowing yourself to receive it without resistance.
So it's about letting go of that belief that money has to be hard-earned.
Yeah, and it suggests starting small to build that belief, maybe focusing on an area where you already find it relatively easy to generate income.
That's a good point. So we've gone through a bunch of affirmations now. Are there other techniques for developing this millionaire mindset?
Oh yeah, there are a bunch of different practices.
Like what?
One that I found really insightful is the idea of keeping a gratitude journal.
Gratitude journaling. How does that tie into financial success?
Well, it emphasizes the importance of cultivating a feeling of abundance and appreciation for what you already have.
Okay.
So by focusing on the positive aspects of your life, including your financial blessings, you're shifting your energy.
So instead of focusing on what you lack, you're appreciating what you already have.
Exactly, recognizing the abundance that already exists in your life,
That really resonates with me. Sometimes we get so caught up in wanting more that we forget to appreciate what we already have.
It's so true, and gratitude can be such a powerful tool for attracting more abundance.
This is fascinating stuff. Are there any other insights that stood out to you?
Well, we've talked about affirmations and gratitude, but the document goes even deeper, exploring this concept of money as a form of energy.
Money as energy. Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
It gets pretty wild.
I'm ready for it. Let's dive in. Okay, so before the break, we were about to dive into this money is energy idea, which honestly sounds a little out there even for me. I'm ready though. Tell me more.
Right. It's one of those concepts that might make you scratch your head at first.
Yeah.
But when you actually think about it, it starts to make a surprising amount of sense.
Well,
So the document suggests that money, like everything else in the universe, is essentially energy
okay.
vibrating at a certain frequency.
So I'm picturing like, not bills and coins, almost like an invisible force or something.
Yeah.
But how does that connect to like attracting wealth?
Well, think about it this way. If everything is energy and like attracts then our own energy and beliefs about money
Okay.
can either attract or repel it.
Okay.
So if we're constantly worried about money or we have a lot of negative beliefs around it,
Uh-huh.
we might be blocking its flow.
So it's like our thoughts and feelings are creating a force field
Exactly.
that can either welcome in abundance or push it away.
It's like tuning a radio. If you want to hear a specific station,
Right.
you need to be on the same frequency.
Okay, I get that analogy.
So the document's suggesting that we can do the same with money by shifting our mindset and beliefs.
Okay, so if someone is struggling financially, is it saying it's all about their thoughts? That seems like a lot of pressure.
It's not to say that our circumstances don't matter or that hard work isn't important, but it really emphasizes that our internal world, our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, plays a huge role in shaping our external reality.
So it's about taking ownership.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have more power than we realize.
So instead of feeling like a victim, we can actively create our own financial reality.
Yes, exactly.
That's pretty powerful. But how do you actually change your energy? Like, what are some practical steps?
Well, it suggests becoming more mindful of your self-talk around money,
Okay.
noticing any negative or limiting beliefs that come up
Great.
and challenging them.
So instead of saying, I can't afford that, I should try to reframe it.
Exactly. And it's not just the words, but also the feelings behind them.
Okay.
Try to cultivate feelings of abundance and gratitude.
Right. So that ties into the gratitude journal we talked about.
Absolutely. Shifting that focus.
This is really making me think differently about money and abundance. What would you say is like the key takeaway for our listeners?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that our beliefs and energy around money really do matter. And by adopting this millionaire mindset,
Yeah.
practicing affirmations, cultivating those feelings of abundance, we can start to change our financial reality in some pretty amazing ways.
So we all have the power to create the financial future that we want.
Exactly.
That's really inspiring. Any final thoughts you want to leave our listeners with?
Yeah, I would ask them to think about, what are your deepest beliefs about money?
Hmm.
Are they helping you or holding you back?
That's a great question.
And what can you start doing today to align your thoughts and actions with the financial abundance you desire?
Such a powerful question. And on that note, we're going to wrap up this deep dive into affirmations and the millionaire mindset.
Hope you enjoyed it.
This was a fascinating one. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, keep exploring, keep believing, and keep diving deep.